To say we weren't very impressed by the earlier iteration of the Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport would be an accurate statement. It's racy for an SUV, silhouette belied a lack of refinement and suspension tuning we'd come to expect from the German automaker, issues we found especially troubling for a vehicle cresting the $50,000 mark. For 2024, VW has tried to address the negative feedback it received about the previous model by revamping the powertrain and making other updates to inject more sport into the Cross Sport and bring it more in line with its price point and competition. Let's start with the engine, since it's a significant change from the outgoing model. We say engine because there's now only one available for the Cross Sport. VW has dropped the V6 and old 2.0-liter turbo i4 for a newly updated 2.0-liter turbo4 with 269 horsepower and 273 lb-ft of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic. Although it's a little down on horsepower over the V6, the 2024 Atlas Cross Sport we tested hit 60 miles per hour from a dead stop in a respectable 7.7 seconds. That's 0.2 seconds quicker than the V6 and 0.4 seconds better than the old turbo i4. No one was lamenting the loss of the old 6, which is clearly past its prime. Out on the test track's tarmac, the test team found the Cross Sport to be consistent, predictable, and even lively when the driver makes the correct inputs. It responded well and ran consistent laps with the brakes staying relatively robust under hard use. Through the figure-8 course, the team found that using the Cross Sport's manual mode and trail braking during turn-in led to better results than keeping it in auto mode. We were impressed for the most part by the 2024 Atlas Cross Sport's braking, especially given its overall size and heft. From 60 miles per hour, we achieved a respectable and repeatable performance of 121 feet. Despite some mild sliding and audible ABS activation, the pedal itself felt strong even after numerous aggressive stops. During our off-pavement testing, the Atlas Cross Sport was more than happy to hang its tail out in the dirt. Although it's a front-drive-based SUV, its AWD system does a solid job of delivering power to the rear wheels when necessary. While it did get hung up a bit on a tricky diagonal frame twist section of the test track, we got it unstuck rather easily. On the Powersports hill, we experienced some harsh impacts depending on the surface, and the hill descent control was so slow that we couldn't help tapping the accelerator to speed up our descent. In general, the Cross Sport allowed a little too much racket and vibration transmitted into the cabin over the off-road stuff, though the suspension felt happier to encounter rougher paved surfaces than when it was playing in the dirt. Where the Cross Sport continues to disappoint us, however, is with its ride and handling. For a vehicle with sport and R-line in its name, we expect more sport, and it exhibits more than a fair amount of body movement under aggressive maneuvers. Add in its size, which to be fair is a positive when it comes to people and cargo space, and it's hard to ignore how ponderous it can feel at times.